Let me tell you, number one thing, it's just a mindset shift, and also it's the principle about money. I was reading a book called Born Rich by Bob Proctor, and in his first chapter, I believe, he explains about something when it comes to money. And he speaks that money is not supposed to be saved or hold on to. It's supposed to be used and used to be enjoy, like it should be used to enjoy things. So the whole idea he was trying to propose behind money was actually it should not be stagnant. You should not earn money or just put it in your pocket and just forget about like or save somewhere in stashes, right? You shouldn't do that. You should use that to enjoy life. So the whole idea is keep it flowing all the times. Don't try to save it. Don't try to stack it somewhere. Don't try to think that okay, maybe for my rainy days I'm gonna use that money. Okay. Now you might think, brother, if you are speaking about this particular thing, you are actually contradicting with your own mindset of budgeting, which is all about save money for rainy days, save money for this, save money for that. Well, you are right, but we need to build a bit of context here. So, we are speaking from the idea of having abundance. Okay, Bob Proctor was speaking about abundance of money can be achieved if you look at money not as you are the servant of money. In fact, you are the master of money and money is your servant. Okay, so money should serve you rather than you serve money. Now, there are two mindsets here. Number one is you tell money what to do. You tell money, I am assigning a specific job role for you. You tell money, hey, I am looking to buy this particular thing by this time. You gotta make sure you are there for me. I'm just telling you in a street way, in a basic language way, that rather than you operating from the mindset, hey, after 5 months, I'm going to pay tuition fee. I don't really know where I'm gonna get that money from. That means money has the power now, and you are just a slave because you have to go and find and beg for that particular thing to come and actually be somebody or be an entity who can pay your tuition fee. Whereas you could be now thinking, hey, money, you are here with me, okay? I am putting you on a specific location and you are supposed to be there until specific period of time because when I will need you, I want you to be there and you must be available. That's the whole mindset. And we should approach budgeting from that context rather than thinking, okay, budgeting is a way of saving money. It's not a way of saving money, it's a way of disciplining your money and being master of it, which also comes down to you assign a job for every single dollar, right? When I say you assign a job for every single dollar, that means every time you get a paycheck, you divide it into few pieces depending on what's your goal, and then you put that specific divided money or amount towards that goal and say that when that time would happen, because what is goal, right? A goal is a specific thing that you are trying to achieve at specific time, and you're trying to do something on specific period, right? So you have a goal, which I was saying that you are paying tuition fee after 5 months. So when you're gonna get that money, you're gonna assign some portion of that money towards that goal. So after 5 months, that money has a job to do. And that's why you may have heard a lot of accountants saying that whenever you do a business, for example, a sole trader, he's doing his business running as a personal income. And usually business owners, sole traders, they pay their taxes after every end of financial year, right? They don't pay as an employee does, right? They don't get tax on their incomes like an employee does. So it's different. And those accountants would usually suggest that every single time you get a paycheck or you get money from a job, like whenever you do something, you should calculate your tax and put it aside right away rather than you go at the very end of your financial year and then you calculate how much tax you're supposed to pay, and then you calculate that tax amount and then you don't have that amount, and then it feels like a burden because then you have to obviously pay the tax, but then it feels like it's coming out of your pocket. Whereas when you get that money or get a job done, you calculate a specific amount of tax and put aside. So you know when the time comes to pay taxes, the money is already there. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is how I'm connecting the principle of money from Bob Proctor's book, Born Rich, that you gotta be the master of money, not the other way around. Okay? And money should be used to enjoy and to make transactions. Like, you are not supposed to save it like for no reason, because he also gave a really good example in that book of Mr. Chapman, who used to be a trash collector and he died, and because he had no relatives. So he died in his house. He got no relatives. So police went to his house and they found his like dead body or something, and they removed him and do whatever. And they found out like in his boxes he's got $100,000 saved up. And people were wondering that whole his life he was living like really lazy as like the stingy dude. He could have used that money to enjoy his life. But he did the opposite. He didn't enjoy his life. He was just keep on saving, keep on saving, keep on saving. But he didn't assign any job to the specific money that he was saving. So it was all useless. That's why it's important to assign a job to whichever dollar, whatever amount you earn, and then you enjoy it. Because end of the day, we have a certain lifestyle that we want to live. We have a dream life that we want to live. And it all comes with certain responsibilities. For example, I used to be in Singapore and I was really kind of going through tough times. It was so limited lifestyle, didn't have like a abundance of having a personal car or like living in like a good house and stuff. So I always used to dream that I want to go to Australia. But coming to Australia doesn't mean I just want to come to Australia and live here. Well, this lifestyle, if you want to have your own car, own house, and own business, and you want to live freely with no worries at all, it definitely comes along with certain responsibilities. So I came here as a student. And when I came here as a student, it's not like Australia gave me visa. Hey, I invite you and come to my country and study. No, I paid that price. I paid tuition fee. And I was willing to do it. And obviously, I wasn't ready to pay $30,000 upfront, which I actually paid more. Um, so I was doing installments, but it means that I was willing to pay the price, and that was a responsibility on me. If I wanted to be in Australia, I must pay the price. And this thing, I think it applies to all the areas in your life, whatever you want to do. So that's the whole lesson and understanding that I want to give you right now through this video. So if you're someone who's a student and you have watched this far and you actually want to get more help to get your budget sorted, like your money mind sorted, so you can have some sort of savings by the end of the month, rather than just, living paycheck to paycheck and you have nothing else. Because you're not just saving money for no reason, you're gonna save money for all the upcoming expenses that you're gonna have in coming few months and days. This bill, right? That's my infringement, if you can say that. It's been there for last 2 weeks, and the infringement fee is $100, and deadline is 22 July, right? So I don't want to pay like when I just got it. I just want to pay straight up, but I have already assigned money for it. I know when something like this is gonna come up, I have finances to pay for it, or else it's just gonna be a burden on me. It's like, another cost. Yes, it's another cost, but you must have some cash on the side to be used for these kind of things, right? So your whole budget doesn't fuck up. I was saying, if you need help, there's a link in description which is my website, www.mickeyfarmer.com. Go check out that link. And if you're international and you need help with budgeting, buy the 98 coaching. And we will sit one-on-one like this and build a budget for you, plan for you. That will 100% work for your life. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna give you your whole money back. Because remember, every dollar you spend, it must serve its purpose. So if you're spending $98 on this coaching, it must also serve that purpose. If I'm receiving that money, I must also give you something worth of value in exchange. That's the secret to money. Bye-bye. I'll see you next video.